Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Jackie from Sante Medical, and one question I often get asked when people are starting on a low carb or a keto diet is they're just so confused with where to begin. They've seen a lot of information on the internet about macros and measuring ketones, and it's all really quite overwhelming. So in this video, I'm going to cover my 5 top practical tips in starting low carb or a keto diet easily. So we'll cover those right now. So tip number 1 is you want to eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. One of the benefits of eating this way is that it helps our body get back in tune with its inbuilt hunger and full signals, which we might have overridden for years of trying to be on a low calorie diet. So we really want to listen to what our body is telling us. So if you're not that hungry for breakfast in the morning, you don't feel like you have to have breakfast. If you are hungry for breakfast, that's fine. Have some breakfast, and eventually over time, as your body gets used to eating this way, those hunger and full signals will start to normalize. So that's tip number 1, is eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. Tip number 2 is to just keep it simple. A lot of people say they go on the internet, they're looking at these really intricate recipes with almond flour and xanthan gums and these ingredients that they haven't been familiar with. So you don't have to start there starting off. You can keep it really simple, and I've seen people do that, keep things really simple and do really well. So it could be as simple as having an omelette for breakfast with some veggies and grated cheese, and then having some sort of meat and salad for lunch, and some steak and veggies for dinner. So just eating foods off the green list, not going into too many in-depth recipes and complicated food preparation techniques. So it's perfectly reasonable to start simple, and as you get more comfortable, bring in some of those more advanced tricks to make some treats and that type of thing. Tip number 3 is don't worry initially, at least, about measuring your carbohydrates intake or your ketones output. So what I mean by that is if you just eat from the green lists primarily and some foods from the amber lists, that should be fine, and eat those to satiety when you're hungry. A lot of people do well starting off on that. You don't have to worry about overcomplicating things by measuring out everything that you're eating and recording it down. But we can get to that down the track if we need to and you're running into trouble. Same thing with ketones. People wonder about measuring ketones or pinprick or breath or urine. Initially, we don't have to worry about that unless there's a reason why you're wanting to be in nutritional ketosis. So just don't worry about all of that. Just eat from the green and the amber list and go from there. So tip number 4 is don't forget about fluid and salt. So keep well hydrated when you're eating this way. Some of the common side effects are from when people are a bit dehydrated or they haven't had enough salt. So that might cause things like fatigue and hunger and bowel problems. So keep really well hydrated and add in plenty of salt. Tip number 5 is to just not overthink it. So just eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, get on with the rest of your life. When you're next hungry again, eat from the green list again and just carry on. Don't sort of be completely caught up and immersed in everything you read on the internet, because there's so much information these days. Just keep it as simple as you can and don't overthink it, and things will start to look after themselves eventually with some patience. So if you found these tips helpful, I'd invite you to come and book in to see us here at Sante Medical. We have expertise on starting people off on a low carb or a keto diet to help improve their health. Our doctors are very well versed on how to do this. So come in, book in, and we're happy to look after you. Thank you, everyone. I've been Dr. Jackie Montefiore from Sante Medical.